You ever wondered if you could beat Minecraft while obeying the laws of a particular religious group? No? Yeah, neither have I, but this video seems cool, so fuck it.
Can
We
you beat
ball.
Minecraft without breaking the commandments of Judaism?
I don't even
Okay,
know what
what
they are,
even
to
are
be
the
honest.
commandments of Judaism? Aren't they just the same thing as the 10 commandments? The answer is
No,
no.
I know that,
Judaism
yeah.
contains a lot more commandments than just 10, a lot of which are actually possible to follow in Minecraft. And there are a lot that aren't. Let me explain a little something. There are 3 Abrahamic religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Each one
Yes.
has a list of rules that is at the foundation of their faith.
Yeah.
Islam has 5 main rules with the pillars. Christianity has 10 with the commandments. Guess how many Judaism has?
Although Islam has more or less fundamentals, it has more overall. Christianity is outside of the commandments, it doesn't actually have many rules, to be honest.
613. 613 rules that we're going to have to follow within the game of Minecraft. This is such a massive amount. We need to be organized, or else this challenge will be too overwhelming. It'll be impossible. Luckily for me,
Fair.
the commandments have already been divided up into 34 separate categories.
Oh, lovely.
So let's take a look at the first category: God. The first thing that you probably notice is the way that I
What,
spell
like how you
this.
speak
Why would
about
I put
him?
a dash
Yeah.
instead of the O? Well, that brings me to the first rule that I want to set for this Minecraft run. The God category contains 10 commandments, but for simplicity's sake, there's really only one that I want to worry about, and that is not to profane God's name. In Judaism, the name of God is so sacred that many Orthodox Jews spell it with the dash instead of the O out of reverence. So
Okay.
if I'm in my Minecraft run and I say anything along the lines of, "Ooh, good lord, there's a village right here. Can I make this jump?"
I'm sure you could say Lord,
Oh
though.
my god. The run is instantly over, and I'm forbidden from spelling the name of God without the dash. Kosher speed run. Let's go. Okay, not the best spawn. Starting right now, I can't say, "You know what?" I can't say that.
Can you say, like, the Father?
There's 10 out of 613
Like in
rules. What have I
Christianity?
gotten myself into? This is gonna be way too hard. Ooh, look, dude. It's some pigs for us to eat. Look, we can kill one right now. Wait! Let's talk about the second category of commandments
No
that we need to
pork.
follow: the dietary laws. This category contains 27 commandments and basically outlines the things that we can and cannot eat. As for animals, this is what the scripture has to say. Any animal that has true hoofs, with clefts through the hoofs, and that chews the cud, such you may eat.
What the fuck?
Because pigs have split hooves but do not chew their cud, this makes them not kosher.
What's
so
cud?
pigs are off the menu in this run. But wait a second, there's another specific thing that makes meat kosher, and that's the slaughter method. For this, a shohet is required, who is basically an expert slaughterer trained in Jewish law, and what they do is they make a single cut with a special knife called a shalef to kill the animal in a humane way. Since we don't have access to either of these things in Minecraft,
You need, like, an iron
I'm gonna
axe,
say there's
wow.
no possible way we can make meat kosher, so we'll be prohibited from eating it for the duration of the run. So we'll have to make do with produce, all of which is considered kosher. Yeah, you guys really thought I was gonna kill that pig, didn't you? You guys really thought. Anyways, I think that a good start would actually just be to cut down all these trees.
I'm still
and
confused
just
as
wait
what
for the
cud
apples
is.
to drop.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we have a few apples. Okay, after I eat, there's gonna be another rule that kicks in. Really quickly,
What,
let's
you
go
can
over the
only
third
have, like,
category
100 grams of sugar?
commandments, the prayers and blessings. This category
Oh.
only has 4 commandments, which makes it the shortest one. Basically, we have to pray a few times per day when certain events happen, which are
Okay.
after we eat, in the morning, and at night. The prayer after we eat can be accomplished by typing the words, "Thank you for giving food into this world," into the chat. This sounds pretty simple, but we have to do this
When you're in
every time
mid-combat,
after we
yeah.
eat, including if we're fighting something.
Would he
So
not just copy
this
it and
rule
then paste
really
it?
has the potential to mess us up. The second and third times that we have to pray are in the morning and night, where we will type a part of the Shema, "The Lord is our God, the Lord is one," into the chat. Again, this is pretty simple, but there's potential for us to forget and lose the challenge. Anyways, let's get back to the gameplay. Now I have to type, "Thank you for giving food to this world." We have to say that
Wow.
after every single time we eat, no matter what. Ooh, I hear a skeleton. Hopefully I don't have to fight him. Just a quick little note, there are Jewish laws about fighting, which I will reveal later.
Fallout 2
But for
hallway.
now,
Fallout?
just enjoy. Oh,
FNAF 2
no.
hallway.
I do
Jesus.
not want to fight this thing. Oh,
Bro, they... Oh, sorry, not that's FNAF 1 ambience, actually. I just thought of it there. They should put that pudding in the FNAF 2 movie.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
They surely are.
Wait, what happened? Did I die? Am I in heaven? Oh, Anyways, since we just died, what do the
Stupid
Jewish commandments
dream.
actually have to say about killing? The main commandment that deals with this is simple: thou shalt not murder. But this leaves a lot
A
of
skeleton
interpretation. Do undead
isn't-
mobs count as murder? Do skeletons count? Just for the challenge's sake, I'm going to say that I'm not allowed to kill anything unless it's absolutely necessary for the run to continue. For example, I'll be
Well,
allowed
then
to
it's
kill
self-defense,
blazes
yeah.
because they're required to progress in the game. Also, if my life is actually in danger, like it just was with the skeleton, I'll be allowed to fight it. But other than that, no killing. Okay, it's annoying that we died, but like, it's okay. Let's just get another attempt in. Okay, so I found a village, which is good, but
I hope for the
unfortunately, we
memes he
cannot
builds a
steal
bank.
anything because that's some of the commandments. So, but I think this is like where I want to settle down and build a house. And yes, this challenge requires that I build a house, believe it or not. Okay, it's turning night. We pray. Now we can go to sleep. As you can see, we're really struggling with food because like the only food we can really get is apples and stuff that we grow. Because we
You
can't
just came
steal it
out of a
from the
village, bro.
So,
Just
I really need
make wheat.
to get a farm going. Alright, so we're officially out of sprint. Okay, so it is currently Minecraft day 3, and we have until the end of day 6 to finish building a house. I'll explain why there's a time limit on building a house later, but
What
you wanna
qualifies
stick
as
around
a
and see
house? Could you just build a dirt shack?
why we need this house? Let me tell you.
All right, buddy.
Okay, hold on. Why the heck am I actually building a house? Well, let me introduce you to the next category of commandments: the times and seasons. This category has 35 commandments, but there are really only 4 that apply to Minecraft, all of which have to do with Shabbat, or the Sabbath. They are to
Yeah.
sanctify the Sabbath, not to work on the Sabbath, to rest on the Sabbath, but most importantly, not to leave your place of residence on the Sabbath. This is why I had to build a house. I had to have a place to
Well,
reside during the Sabbath.
you could
So the
technically
official
reside
rule
in a
is that
hole.
Every 7th Minecraft day, we must be inside of our house resting for the entirety of the day. Don't laugh. Okay, it is now Minecraft day 6 out of 7. Okay, this isn't much, but this looks like such garbage. I'm gonna fix this up, by the way.
What is wrong with the
And
roof?
once we wake up, we're not allowed to leave the house. We're not allowed to do any work. We're not allowed to do anything except pray. Now we just have to sit here. We can't place any blocks. We can't break any blocks. We can't move anything around in chests. Really, the only thing we're allowed to do is study the Torah. So, let me go do that for a couple minutes.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel well rested after that Sabbath. Okay, first things first, let's expand our farm. All right, that should be big enough. The second thing we need to do is fix this house. So maybe you guys can't really tell the
It's a bit
difference,
better.
but it looks better, guys. Trust me. And
No,
the
it definitely
inside
looks better,
too.
but
Okay,
good
now
is
that
still
we're kinda
debatable.
set up, we can kind of go into the more unique things about this challenge, and there are quite a few of them. Okay, so before
What,
we
no
get into
fighting
the
dragons?
truly crazy rules of this challenge, I need to explain something about Judaism.
Okay.
If you've been really paying attention, even after all these rules that I've explained so far, we haven't covered a 1/6 of the total commandments. So
Yeah.
why? Well, we can split them up into 2 categories: positive commandments and negative commandments. A negative commandment is something that prohibits you from doing something. For example, the commandment "thou shalt not murder" asks you not to murder. A positive commandment would be asking you to actually do something. For example, start digging in your butt twin. Okay, that one's not in the
Alright.
Torah, but you get the point. What I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of commandments that ask us not to do something that would be impossible to do in Minecraft anyway, so we don't have to worry about them. This covers a lot of commandments, but there are a few positive commandments that we still have to follow. This first one's a fun one. We're actually going to have to build a tabernacle. If you don't know what this is, it's basically the sanctuary that the ancient Jewish people used to worship.
thought it
So let's
was
just go
like a
back into
table.
our Minecraft world and build kind of whatever we want. It's not like there's a complicated and extremely detailed guide found within the Jewish text that specifies exactly how our tabernacle should be built. What? Welcome to How to Build a Tabernacle 101. First of all, the tabernacle must be built out of acacia wood. No, I did not make this up. There are multiple verses that specify that it should be built out of specifically acacia wood.
Okay.
Step 2. Refer to the schematic constructed by Jewish scholars on the exact dimensions of the tabernacle. Okay, so real talk, the commandments actually do command us to build a tabernacle, and I think that a good place to start would be to build the courtyard using path blocks. Okay, so I think that this space behind our house is probably the best area to build the tabernacle in. I mean, look how flat this is. Okay, the tabernacle was 100
What the
cubits
fuck?
long and 50 cubits wide, which
I
cubits
thought
are
a
basically just
tabernacle
like
was literally just
ancient
a table.
measurement. It's going to be about 50 blocks long, like 25 blocks wide. Okay, so that should be the rectangle of like where the courtyard is going to be. We just gotta fill it in. Okay, so I think the next thing that we need to do is we need to build a fence around here. Okay, so there's the fence done. So now we have the courtyard and the fence. Now it's time to start putting some of the details. So
Well, the fence
first
is
things
higher
first,
in
we
the
need to put this
manual with
campfire
short
in
kid.
the middle, because look at the picture, man, it's there. And then there's like all these benches around it. Okay, so now it's time to build like the actual structure of the tabernacle.
The
so basically
house
what
tent
this
thing.
is, it was a sanctuary that the ancient Jewish people used to worship, and it was like a temporary sanctuary. It wasn't supposed to be like a building that was like existed for a long time. It was built with these 5 pillars, so let's do that. Okay, that looks perfect, just like the pictures. Okay, now we need to do the walls. Okay, so the basic structure is now complete. So if we look at the inside of the tabernacle, basically it's split up into 2. It's like the holy place and then the holiest of holy places.
Okay.
And basically that's where they keep
The premium
ark.
subscription.
So let's kind of split this up into 2. Okay, now we need to work on the covering. And this is something that's actually a commandment. It talks about having a red linen. So I'm going to cover up the roof with red wool. So let's get some of that. Okay, perfect. Now, last thing, we need to make those little diagonal things down. We can't really do it with wool, so let's just do it with some wood.
I mean, you could
Okay, we're pretty
use
much done. We just need to put a
the full
cauldron
block.
to represent the brazen lever. I don't know how to say that, but you know. Okay, we have one last thing until the tabernacle's done. So let's go inside. This is the holiest of holy places, which is where they kept the Ark of the Covenant, you know, like the one in Indiana Jones. Yeah, so I want to actually get
Gold
a couple
blocks,
of gold
maybe?
blocks
Yeah.
to put in here to represent the Ark. So I'm going to go mining to see if I can get enough gold. Guys, I've been mining for well over an hour. I have 6 gold.
Ooh,
I'm just
rough.
gonna go to the nether, okay? Yeah, man, we're going to the nether in our run. Yeah, we're gonna get
Is
some
that
blaze
like
rock.
a commandment?
Nope. I'm looking for gold for my freaking tabernacle. Terrible spawn. My collar's blue, but my neck is red. I've been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. Okay, that's 2 gold blocks. Okay, this is a big moment. Once we put these 2
Should it
gold
not be
blocks
3?
in, our tabernacle is officially complete, baby. Yes!
A big tabernacle is longer than it is taller.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. We got the tabernacle done. We're all set up. We have our house. We've been resting on the Sabbath. We've been praying every day. Let's just go beat the game, right? Wrong! There's one more final rule that we have to follow before we can go beat the Ender Dragon. And
Pray
it's a doozy.
something.
We have to recreate an entire copy of the Torah. First
Oh!
of all, what even is the Torah? Well,
like the Bible,
just
isn't
the first
it?
5 books of the Old Testament. And yes, there actually is a commandment that tells us that every person should write a scroll of the Torah for himself. So how are we going to do this? Well, the answer is the book and quill, which requires 3 ingredients.
he's gonna have to
craft:
type
a
out
book,
the
a
Torah.
feather, and an ink sac. To get the book,
Oh,
we need to trade with the
that's
librarian
rough.
villager, which is allowed by the Jewish commandments, which state that we can trade goods as long as it's fair. The problem comes with the ink sac and the feather, because we would have to kill animals to get these items. We already established that we can't eat animals because of our inability to slaughter them in the correct way, but can we use other parts of them? I'm gonna say yes, as long as our killing method is humane. So now, all
Okay,
we have to do
that's
is gather
fair, I
materials
suppose.
and then copy paste the entire 600 pages of the Torah one by one into each book. Sounds easy. Oh, look, it's a librarian.
My lazy ass would actually just copy paste. I would not type that out.
Okay, I already know what you guys are gonna say in the comments.
Wait, isn't it breaking the commandments if he's killing animals in a non-kosher way?
It is technically breaking the rules, but I think that this is a worthy exception because there's really literally no other way for us to write our own Torah without killing a few chickens and squids for their drops. Okay, now
I'll see how to
begins
do
the
this.
excruciating process of copy pasting 1 page at a time the entire 600 page long Torah. Let's see how long this takes me, guys.
At least like 3 hours real world.
Okay, guys,
Probably.
drop your bets. How long did it take for me to
3
copy
hours,
paste
4
the
hours.
entire Torah into books in Minecraft? An hour? 2 hours? 5 hours!
Oh, it was
took
close.
5 hours of doing this. And I even installed a mod that allows me to copy paste more in at a time, and it still took that long. So if you're wondering why it takes so long to make these videos, it's because of stuff like that.
I mean, bro,
Every single book.
you chose
man.
it.
Every single one. Look at that. The entire Torah. Oh my gosh. On day 33, we can now start thinking about actually beating the game.
Oh, he gets to play the
Only
game now.
armor we have is gold boots. What are we doing? We have a tabernacle. We have an entire recreation of the Torah. No iron armor.
We were done now, more or less,
That's
right?
literally just this challenge. It's
It's
like,
just the
it
eating and the
started,
praying.
You know, we were thinking about beating the game, and then we gotta build the tabernacle, and then we gotta make an entire recreation
Their
of the
signature?
Torah, and now
Why is
we
it
can finally beat
140p? What
the
the fuck
game.
happened?
All right, iron armor. Finally. Okay, I have to be careful to remove the golden boots and then put this on, because that's actually a commandment. You can't wear clothing made of different mixed fabrics.
Wow.
So
Well,
the more
metal
you know,
isn't a fabric,
right?
but
Okay,
alright.
it's now the Sabbath, so let's rest up and then we can go beat the game. Okay, while I'm resting, let's do a little refresher on the rules before I go into the nether. There are really only two big ones that we have to worry about. The first being the thou shalt not murder rule, which basically states we can't kill
Self-defense,
anything unless
more or
it's
less.
absolutely necessary for the run to continue. This pretty much means we aren't allowed to kill any hostile mobs other than blazes and the ender dragon, since those are really the only two that are truly required to beat the game. But that rule's pretty easy compared to us having to type a prayer in the chat every time that we eat. Remember,
I
we
would
have to
just
type
copy it,
this
have it on
whole thing,
standby.
which takes about 5 to 7 seconds. In other words, if we need to heal at all, we have to freeze for 5 to 7 seconds no matter what after we eat, which is going to make the nether in the end a lot more challenging. Okay, let's find this fortress. My main decider of success in this nether fight will be how fast I can type the Jewish prayer after you eat. Dude, before this
he's
recording
gonna
session, I
have
was
this,
actually training
like,
on
off by
multi-type
heart.
so that I could type this faster. Oh, here's a spawner right here. Okay, we got
He's gonna
monster
remember this.
hunter.
This will be a
Okay,
core
that's one
memory.
blaze rod. Okay, now look. Now we're gonna have to heal. Boom. See, this is where things get dicey. Anything could just get me right now, and I can't do anything. Ooh, no, 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 no. Oh my gosh.
Hurry up, bro.
Hi, how are you?
Oh! Dude. Oh,
Dude, counter.
let me heal. I'm closing this off. Dude, it takes like 5 bread to heal. Dude, there's so many in there. Dude, why am I so like scared right now?
You probably should have gotten some
So
enchantments,
many.
to be honest.
Oh gosh. I need one more. Look at the chat. Okay, come on. Okay, get me out of here. We actually almost just died because we were typing our prayer. That's crazy. All right, now all that's left to do is just get our
Get some
ender
balls.
pearls.
What's he doing? Oh, he's paying
I'm
for
not
them.
gonna lie, I'm really nervous about eating and then just dying. In
I
the
always
Ender
forget
Dragon, but,
that
you know,
villagers exist
gonna
for
do our
things other than
best.
mending.
Hey, we found it. Watch me lose all of my hours of progress on this world to the Ender Dragon. Oh, this is how you know you're dealing with a true Minecraft professional.
Not the Ender Dragon, but you know.
Let's do this. Boom, snipe.
Could he not have
Turn
made
into the
beds?
world's fastest typer whenever I have to heal up. We're so close. Oh my gosh, already another perch.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Yes! At first
That seems
glance,
easy
I
enough.
had done it. I beat Minecraft without breaking the commandments of Judaism. But shortly after entering the credits, I made a fatal error. That was a fun challenge. Not really what I was expecting at all.
What did he say, God?
Oh my god, I can't believe we actually beat that. Wait! Okay, before I end this video, there's
Nice.
something I have to do. In my
How
last video, I
comedic.
said that if we hit 50,000 subscribers, I would do an armpit reveal, and
Oh. Shave your pits, bro. I guess if we need more content, we have the other laws, I suppose. Tomorrow we're going. Well, the plan is tomorrow to do the new Reggie, and then I might do the Think Before You Sleep one after that because I saw he uploaded it. But I'd like to give the videos 2 to 3 days to kind of, you know, exist before I react to them, usually. So I'll see you all next time.